So Chase, do you want to just talk to me a little bit about the situation where LMU had private investigators come in and look at your guys' social media?
Yeah, there was two guys. They came in and they talked to our team. They brought up all the social medias, the Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, all that kind of stuff, and they just told us what goes on there. Everyone can see, even if it gets deleted. They made just a big point about remember who you are, where you come from, who you represent, and the stuff that goes on there reflects you now, but also will reflect you when you're trying to get a job in the future, or 5 years down the line they can bring up something that you forgot was on there. So that was a big thing about them.
So what was the kind of stuff that they brought up that was like stuff you shouldn't be posting?
They didn't like. They definitely said no alcohol pics. That was a big one because all the guys party and they have just having a good time, nothing wrong with it. But they just said it doesn't look good on themselves or the university. Vulgar. They said that's just no room for that. Just for your future job, especially people don't want any of that. So those two were two of the big things that they talked about a lot.
All right, so you've been here for 5 years. Has there been a big change in how they are reacting to your guys' social media? Like, have they been as strict in the past, or has it been more of a recent change?
Well, I think social media has grown in the last 5 years. I mean, I don't think Twitter was as big as it was as it is now. So yeah, you could say they've tightened down a lot. I mean, they're not. We kind of know what to do and what not to do. So, but if anyone's out of line, they know about it before we get a chance to do anything. So I guess that's a good thing for us.
Cool. And you guys have a new coach. Has he been made any changes to how he handles the situation with your guys' social media, or is he kind of just sticking with the university's policies?
Yeah, basically the same as the university. Just don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything that's going to disrespect your last name or the university for that matter.
Cool. Okay. Let's see. And have you been changing how you put stuff on social media, or do you have like a big presence, or are you just kind of doing business as usual?
Yeah, I'm not a big social media guy. I don't. I check it once a week. I'm not a big guy like that, so it doesn't affect me. But I think some of the guys are more cautious with what they do. I'd imagine. I don't really follow it that much, but.
All right, Scott. So can you talk to me about the incident where LMU hired private investigators to come in and talk with you guys about your social media accounts?
Well, we were told that we were going to have these guys coming in telling us about what to and what not to post on our social media accounts, and they weren't meant to get us in trouble, but they just wanted to point out like what we shouldn't do, pretty much. But they mostly focused on Twitter and kind of avoided the other social media websites.
All right. And what was some of the stuff they pointed out to you guys that was like examples of what your teammates have been posting that shouldn't have been put on social media?
Well, they were mainly focused on stuff like they didn't want people saying stuff about drugs or alcohol. They didn't want people saying. They pointed out a few things about people saying, like about practice and how much they didn't want to go. Just some other like stupid things that you shouldn't you shouldn't have out there.
And before these private investigators came, did your coaches ever really monitor your guys' activity on social media, or did they leave it up to you to kind of use your own discretion?
Oh, not at all. They just totally left it up to us. Like, you knew you didn't want to put like stupid things up there, but there was no regulation from our coaches at all.
All right. Oh yeah. So since then, have you changed your habits on social media at all, or have you been sticking to what you usually did?
Well, luckily for me, they didn't really point out anything that I had posted. But then again, I don't really have a Twitter page. But I actually made my Facebook page private, so you can only see it if you're my friend.
All right. And in your opinion, do you think the LMU has a right to look in your guys' social media, or do you think they should let it be and just let you guys kind of post what you think is the best and like what should be on social media?
Well, I think they have the right to because it's pretty much out there for anyone to see. But they're just looking out for the best for us, so we don't post anything that like a potential job recruiter could see in the future. So I think they have a right to monitor what we put.